Hello, people. Hello, people. We need to talk. We need to talk about something that would be interesting enough for me to talk about. Because, I have to talk about the Chile National Team. And it is not an emergency, but I just need to speak about this national team. Let's go for the results this year. Speak about them and then talk about Copa America. Um, so yeah, and obviously look at the next qualifiers matches. Um, yeah. Patrick, let me know, Patrick, if you want to join and speak some things about Chile, if you want. Uh, but yeah, let's begin. So obviously we beat Albania in the start of the year or March. Yeah, that was obviously first game of Gareca. Um, then obviously we played against France, which probably I wouldn't say at that time they were the best nation, but they were one of the best nations at that point. Obviously embraced by freaking Colomboani. That's just no, the fact that Colomboani scored after the season he had with Paris Saint Germain is absolutely disgusting. By the way, just depressing. Then we beat Paraguay 3-0 at home. Okay. Um, these friendlies, I thought that we played very well. And obviously, I had, oh crap, something in my eye. But, anyways, um, we should have done much better in the obviously coming into the Copa America. I was confident that we could even win the group because at the time I thought, okay, we could beat Argentina. But yeah, because we played very good against France, which was surprising. Um, yeah, it was surprising to play like good against a team that had the likes of Mbappe, Magnon, Thierry Hernandez, Saliba, and so on. And N'Golo Kante, I don't think he played that game, but like they had very good team. Like France should have like won 5 or 6-0, but Chile fought, and it was a very good game. Obviously, into the Paraguay game, which was comfortably easy. Um, obviously, David scoring 2 goals and Vargas scoring. Um, that game, okay, I knew we would win, but that was such a convincing. It should have been at least 4 or 5 now. But yeah, those friendlies, 3. I don't think 3 was enough. I think we should have probably picked another friendly. It was supposed to be another friendly against Bolivia, I think, in US before Copa America. Um, I would have wanted us to take another team like a Colombia or Uruguay or Brazil before that, because we had time between the Paraguay game and Peru game. Obviously, um, there was 10 days. We could have probably like on the 16th or something. We could have put in a game against like Brazil or Colombia or even Ecuador or even USA. Um, so I would have wanted one more friendly before the Copa America outside of Paraguay in the June fixture. Because I think we would have been more prepared um, in the sense of, okay, we only play one game. Like, if we play another game, we would be more prepared. The team would be, Gareca would know what to, do. Um, and obviously, I think not putting one more game in that June fixture friendlies, or however you guys want to say it, uh, was a bit of not disappointed, but I think that was one of the reasons that we couldn't really do that well. Like the, uh, I know Albania made the Euros. That wasn't, really the best of tests. Obviously, Albania lost to both my countries in March, so or yeah, so that's pretty nice. We gave France a test. France was probably, in my opinion, the best game we played of these three friendlies. So I would want to see one more friendly, but coming into Copa America, I was confident. I was thinking, okay, maybe quarters, semifinal. Even I said sometimes that we will win it, but that was stupid of me to say. But I knew we wouldn't win it. But at least put an effort, man. At least score a goal. I mean, you could not score against Peru in the first game, which obviously that Sanchez chance they had, I think 25 minutes in, or 20 something like that. If he scored that, I think the game would have been open up, and that would be um, even better. Because then I think we would have scored one more and maybe scored 3 goals in this game. But obviously, Peru closed the game, which that Sanchez miss, I think that cost us definitely at the spot. So I think if we won against Peru, I had a feeling that we might have gotten a draw against Argentina. Obviously, that game finished in a 1-0 loss, which I was the most upset at the final game of the group stage than I was at the other two. Uh, and obviously, against Peru, 0-0. That was it was pretty bad. Like the game against Argentina, that was the team fought very well in that game, but it's a game where okay, Chile cannot score. Argentina, boom, one chance, 1-0. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you on after I talk about the Canada game because that's the one that I got most angry. I mean, my match reaction to that game was I was very angry, but I couldn't say it backwards because I just let them out as I saw the result. But that game, while watching it, I got so upset at mainly because of the stuff that Canada did in that game, which was disgusting, by the way. Um, uh, I think obviously that Canada game, that Peru draw cost us very much, and I think looking at that Canada game, without that red card, which I don't understand how that was a red. I'm sorry, I don't get it. But in my opinion, the refs was against Chile, um, kind of like always. Um, but yeah, oops, yeah. Obviously, the refs was kind of against Chile in Copa America, which is so upsetting. But I mean, without that red card, we probably would have won that game. But yeah, it's disappointing. But looking at the fixtures now, I mean, I'm very upset that we did not go to the quarters in the Copa America. But at the same time, it's it's something that I did not really like. Right now, I'm thinking, okay, like just qualify for the World Cup. I mean, that's what I want. Just see, because Chile was lost in the World Cup in 2014 in a long time. I mean, we're gonna face Argentina. That's probably gonna be an L. Obviously, I'm gonna do my lineup after I talk about these games. We should beat Bolivia. I mean, I would not be surprised if we get a draw against uh, Argentina, because Chile is just that team, always do better against Argentina in the like after away against Argentina. I think we do better than at home in the qualifiers. I don't know why. There's some weird with this Chile team. Bolivia, I'm sorry, we should destroy them. If we don't destroy Bolivia at least 4-0, we don't deserve to go to the World Cup. But obviously, the thing with Brazil here, that I think we could definitely beat them. We were the team to beat them in 2015, I believe, or something like that, 2-0. I remember there was 2-0 game. So we have beaten this Brazil, and this Brazil team is not that impressive. We can definitely Colombia, now that they lost the game. I'm not sure how their reaction will be, how good they will be. So I'm not sure about that one. Maybe a draw. But Peru, I reckon we'll beat like 2-1. But Vidal has to be in this team, as I go into my 11 later. Vidal has to be in this team. If Vidal is in the team, I think we'll beat at least one of Colombia or Peru. Venezuela at home, that's a huge game. I think if we come from Bolivia, obviously with a victory, and then I think we can beat Brazil. If we beat both Bolivia and Brazil, I would be happy if we lose to Colombia but beat Peru and Venezuela. Like, I think the else will probably come against Argentina and Colombia. We might draw against Venezuela or Brazil, but we'll beat Peru and Bolivia. I'm not saying comfortably, but Bolivia probably comfortably 3 goals, but Peru maybe 1-0. So I'm looking at the team, obviously the Copa America team. Like we have a good team. Obviously we're scroll fast, like look, we have good keep. Vicente Reyes, he should be in the team. I don't know why Vicente Reyes did not get called up. Obviously Loyola is on the way. Obviously he got injured. Villagra plays for United. Villagra is good. I want him. I want some players. Obviously Antonio Diaz, I don't know how good. But Vidal has to be in the team. I'm sorry, he has to. Palacios can be in. Okay, Palacios, I don't know right now, but he can. Vicente Pizarro, Asadi. Like Vicente Pizarro and Asadi, I need them in the team. And obviously Damian Pizarro, he needs to be in this team. He needs to be in this team. Asadi, Pizarro, and Pizarro, both of them. But I'm gonna do my lineup for the field. Obviously, this is a team that basically it needs to happen. This team. Yeah, that's not. But anyways, like, okay, obviously this team. Obviously, I don't know how it's look talking with Isla if he might continue, but I still don't know. Like, if not, I will put Nicolas Fernandez in. No, I'm just gonna do it on a document. Like for the team, I mean, like, like, like obviously Maxi Falcone is gonna be a hopefully Chilean citizens next. So this is obviously the team that I want. Like, um, like like this has to be the team. I'm sorry. Or I can pick off Sanchez and put another guy there, but like some of these players, like this team cannot. Like, um, no, something needs to happen. Yeah. I'm sending you the link soon. Like something needs to happen. It's, well, like, Like this has to be the team. Um, so yeah, Patreon is in your link now. So Patrick, I sent you the link by the way, Patrick. So yeah, like this has to be the team. I'm sorry, man, there has to be the team. Like it's bad. It's flipping bad, man. Like when I have to do a team, you know it's bad because you know it's bad. This team. You people know that this team is fucking bad. Like it's so sad, man. Shit. Like that's not like this squad is a joke. Like this team is an absolute joke. Like this is the team that I want and I need. Like, you know, the fact that the options that I put, man, like yeah, this team is just honestly don't know what to say about this team. Like honestly, Mm. This team is just like this squad, man. Look, this the depth that we can have. Um, yeah, like Cortez, Vicente Reyes, Castellon. Like these goalkeepers has to be like this team. Like if we're looking at the, from my point of view, the depth we have, like, like I can set up these players, like, and I can win something. But like, I always with Cortez, Vicente. Hello to you, Patrick. By the way. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Like I'm looking at this depth that I've been putting. Like these are players that I want in the team, like Cortez, Vicente. These three goalkeepers are probably right now the goalkeepers that I would like. Then obviously right back Loyola, Nicolas Fernandez, and Orma Saba from. This is a like the fact that we don't do better. Like it should be better. Like obviously this is the lineups that I obviously the players that I want. But yeah, like these players are performing like the likes of Viagra, Marcelo Morales, Saint Pizarro, Cesar. These players they are performing, but the problem is that what is Lucas Peda also are performing once we play for Coca-Cola.
I'm just gonna switch screens for a second. Just give me a sec.
Yeah. Obviously these players are playing. Hello. These players are playing good for the team. They're playing good for the team. Like Lucas Peda is on great form for Coca-Cola. Like some players are good on form. Like have to mold them into the team. It has to be better. But obviously, if I see Gabriel Arias in the team to the next World Cup, I'm gonna be pissed off. Because even though he did a very good game against Canada, I think no, I can't. We need to refresh this team. Obviously, Paulo Diaz, Maxi Falcon, and Catan, that would be a great setup of defenders. Maxi Falcon, obviously, Uruguayan, plays for Coco, but he can be Chilean for the next year. Has he been in Chile 5 years? Next year. Chile has to take advantage of this stuff. The players who are outside of Chile in Chilean league, if they stay for 5 years, put them on a Chile citizenship. Do it. Because that would be very good if Max Falcon could get in the national team. Because I think he's good for that. Obviously, Alan Saldivia also. But what Gareca is gonna do, which I hopefully don't want, is that he's gonna pick Isla. But I don't know, Isla might be retired for the national team. I think his last game was against Canada. But Vidal has to be in this team. I'm not joking. Is that bad? Is that bad when I say Vidal? He's 37 years old. Vidal is more influential to this team than what Alex Sanchez is. And that says a lot when Vidal is 37 and carries Coca-Cola this season with 7 goals in all competitions. So obviously Sanchez can still be in the team, like, but obviously it's just an option. Like he can still be in the team, but he can't start. I'm sorry, Sanchez can't start. If I would pick between Sanchez and Vidal to start, I would pick Vidal, a countryman.
Hmm. That'd be quite interesting.
Like, well, what's your thoughts about this? All the Chile, like the results this year, the Copa America. Like, what do you think? What do you think needs to happen with Chile? Do you think this team that I put here would do a better job? Because
Well,
we can't put these older players. Like, obviously, I have some older players, but you know,
obviously, I think for me myself, Chile did so good in the friendlies despite losing 3-2 to France. And the win against Paraguay was very convincing. And the Copa America, they did very poor. They did very poor, to be honest, in my opinion. But also, well, especially with the loss against Argentina, 1-0 in the 87th minute by Lautaro Martinez. But a 0-0 draw to Canada. A 0-0 draw against Canada was a very crucial result for Chile, but saw Canada go through, unfortunately. But Argentina is going to be a tough opponent in September. The rest of the World Cup qualifiers is going to be typical, for the rest of them.
this is the tier list I did after. Like,
Mm,
like
I saw.
obviously,
I saw.
obviously, this is bad. Like, I don't think we were as trash, I believe, but I can zoom it a bit more. Yeah, like that. I think we were trash, but at the same time, we could not score. So, like, we could not score against flipping Peru. And it's bad when I have Mexico and Costa Rica ahead of Chile. As a half Chilean myself, I feel disgusted by putting USA above Chile, but I had to, based on USA. They dominated. I know it's Bolivia, but they dominated Bolivia. They played very good against Uruguay. Only lost 1-0. They lost against Panama, but Panama is a bogey team for USA. Like, this is bad. Literally, I promise, we can if we can beat half of those teams that are above us. Mexico we can beat, USA we can beat, Ecuador we can beat, Panama we can beat, Costa Rica we can beat, and probably we can beat Brazil. Right now, how these teams are playing, we can beat those teams, those 6 above us or in front. This is bad. We should not be in this level of Bolivia, Peru, Paraguay. We should be up there with the likes of Argentina, Colombia, Uruguay. But we simply don't have enough quality like they do. Like Colombia, James Rodriguez, there's Luis Diaz, they have Lerma, and Uruguay obviously they have Ugarte, Bentancur, they have Nunes, Suarez. Like these teams have more quality, and like the fact that Venezuela has done very well, that makes me also worried. Like it's worrying that Venezuela is doing really good, and Chile is like looking at, okay, what are we going to do? Like Chile is just stuck right now, and I think that how should we improve this? Because obviously I had no expectation of winning the Copa America, even though I said it once or twice. Um, I could see we could have made a quarterfinal, semifinal, but going out in the group stage, that's very bad. Um, like, and the Bravo was our best player. Like, uh, looking at the team, um, I would be very upset if we missed the World Cup, 48 teams. I would be very upset. 'Cause This is, Chile is a nation that should make the World Cup, with based on history and all this kind of stuff. Like, how do you think um, Chile national team will do in the next games? Like, obviously, I'm gonna take a look at the. How do you think Chile will do? Like, talk about these games. Like, first Argentina, then Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, Peru, Venezuela. Talk about it. How do you think Chile can do against these teams?
Well, in my opinion, Argentina, like I said, will be a tough opponent. The rest of the games, including Brazil, will be like typical. Like, remember, guys, in 2015 when I saw Chile won 2-0 against Brazil, that was a good result for Chile. That's obviously a good result, but Brazil's a tough opponent. So does Argentina. But Argentina, I'm sorry, but obviously Argentina is a tough opponent. But you can count on Bolivia and Peru and Venezuela. But Colombia is also a tough opponent as well. But yeah. You can see that Argentina are Copa America champions, and you can see why. And also they're the world champions as well. When I forgot to mention, but anyway, Argentina are a tough opponent. You can see how Messi in a squad. You can just particularly see what it means. But Bolivia is going to be an easy opponent to beat for Chile. But Brazil is going to be a tough opponent. So is Colombia. Brazil and Colombia are going to be tough opponents. Chile is going to have a tough October. November's going to be okay for Chile. In Peru and at home to Venezuela.
I mean,
Obviously this is going to be a very, very good.
mm,
Obviously this is going to be a good. A good schedule for Chile, despite having to face three pretty tough opponents of Argentina, Brazil, and Colombia. So yeah.
that's what I said. I said before, like we could maybe sneak a draw against Argentina. Maybe we could, and then obviously we're gonna be Bolivia. Like if we don't beat them by like 3 or 4 nil, we have to we have to destroy them. We have to put out. I know it's Bolivia, but we have to put a statement that this Chile team, is not as bad as people think. And obviously Brazil, we can definitely beat Brazil because I think this Brazil team, I have not been that impressed by this team. Colombia, I could see maybe if we can get a draw that way against Colombia, I would be very happy. But as the same thing I said before, I don't know. The Colombia, I don't know how they will take the loss against the Argentina. I have zero clue how they will take it. Like I think they might struggle in the start of the qualifying. Like when it's back. Like I think that's a game where okay, Colombia, seen as the only 3 points, like on that the team that they can. Like people are only seeing that game as Colombia will win comfortably, easy. But I think that might be a game where I'm looking at an upset or maybe a draw. Because I mean, before that game, they have. So obviously, this is before like Colombia, they have like Bolivia and La Paz. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna take the. I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna perform in that game because Bolivia at home, they're no joke. I, I don't know how they're gonna take that game. If they lose against Bolivia, I might think, okay, maybe we can get a win or so. But we should beat Peru. If we get, I could see, we're probably gonna lose against Argentina and Colombia, but I could definitely see us getting 10 points, 3 wins and a draw against the rest. 3 wins, yeah, like against Bolivia, you know, this is gonna end like I say, like Argentina, that's gonna be an L for Chile. We're gonna beat Bolivia, draw against Brazil, lose against Colombia, beat Peru and Venezuela. We're probably gonna get 9 points from Bolivia, Peru, and Venezuela, and then get a draw against Brazil. And who knows, maybe a draw against Colombia or Argentina if we're lucky. But we have to qualify for the World Cup. Otherwise, it might be really, really bad. And obviously, we have the team to do it. So, obviously, that team that I have, like, I think this is a good team to go with the first game. Obviously, maybe not the first game, but against Bolivia. Maybe in the, I think this would be a good squad to go with. Because I think these players, they have quality to hurt. Like Marcel Morales, he's been very good when he was not changing this season. But yeah, this is a squad where I could see maybe he could do something because we have good depth. So it's gonna be interesting. Are we qualifying for the World Cup? Like, are we actually? Oops. Are we actually gonna qualify for the World Cup? Like that's the main objective to make the World Cup. It was not to make the final of the Copa America. It was not to win it. The real objective is qualify for the World Cup in 2 years, and let's see from there how we can win the World Cup. But right now, this team is just like this team right now. I'm gonna show the table. So right now in the table, this is the table. Obviously, we're going at 5 points. I mean, let's hypothetically look at what I predict to happen. We're gonna lose against Argentina. That's gonna be 5 points still. We beat Bolivia, which would put us to 8 points. We probably draw. Then we had 9 points against Brazil. Then we obviously lose against Colombia. 9, obviously. What I predict, 12, 15. 15 points. Most likely might put us up to either 4th or 5th. Depends what Venezuela and Ecuador do. So if we have 15 points, if we take 10 points in all the games that we have, or 12, or let's say hypothetically we take 10, we on 15. But what if we somehow take more than that? If we beat maybe if we okay, let's say we beat those three. Uh, yeah, we beat Bolivia, Peru, and Venezuela. Then I say right. Yeah, that would be 9 points, 14 points, and then we beat. What if we beat Brazil? We got to 17 points. And then what if we beat either Colombia or Argentina? Maybe what if we get 20 points in this end of 2024 cycle on the qualifiers? What if we end up on? What if we grab 15 points and then well, what does that put us then? Maybe second or third, or even first. So I think it depends how many points we get. I think if we get over 10 points, I think that puts us in a very, very good spot to qualify for the World Cup. Now, let's say we lose against Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia, and get a draw against Peru, Venezuela. That would be horrific. Then I would say the World Cup is gone. Goodbye. We're not qualified. So if we get 10 or more points, I think that puts us in a very good spot to qualify for the World Cup in 2026. Do you agree with me, Patrick? If by these games that are playing this year qualifiers, because next year in March 2025 the qualifier starts again. What if Chile gets over 10 points in these games? Do you think Chile have a very good chance to qualify?
I think they could do it. Especially with the March games. But I don't think Argentina. I don't think Chile will ever beat Argentina in the qualifiers because in my opinion, because Argentina are the strongest side and are champions of the world because they really know how to put it up. And against Brazil and Colombia, to be fair, they have they had a bad chance for Chile to win, but the rest of the matches will be very, very interesting. Chile have a pretty good chance. Chile have a decent chance. Especially with the March 2025 qualifiers. I think they have a slighter chance. They have a slighter chance. And they can go over 10 points. By the way, they could do it eventually.
So let's say we go into March with, obviously there's 6 games left, I believe. So how many points? 3 points. Like it's many points. Like if we win all of them, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18 points is possible. So 18 points, if we win all the games, put us on 23 points. So if we stand on 15 or more, we are qualifying.
Yeah, maybe it's a good chance.
But
we'll stay.
If we stay on 12 or something, or 13, I reckon we might get 6th or 7th. It all depends what we do in the final of the year. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, the Olympic football content coming up. Obviously, I might do watch-alongs if I can find a channel to watch it, but there might be watch-alongs for that. There will be other content as well. So there will be other content as well. Hopefully, when AD comes back from his vacation, might be a Libertadores prediction or something. Or I might do it myself. The predictions for the round of the next round of the Copa Libertadores, which is gonna happen in like a month or so, with Colo-Colo against Junior. Obviously, Botafogo plays against a very tough team. Gremio facing against Fluminense. So there won't be any Copa Libertadores watch channels because that would be too late. Plus, I want to watch the Colo-Colo games alone. Maybe if we win like 3-0, 4-0 the first leg, maybe I do the second leg just for fun. Because we won't lose more than 3-0. So, because the quadruple is coming home, by the way. So obviously next year is going to be the 100th year anniversary for Colo-Colo. So there will be content for Colo-Colo, a lot. And there was a 100th jubileum day for Colo-Colo. Will be a live stream to celebrate that. Might be a longer stream, but obviously there's gonna be fun. There's only gonna be fun content coming up. Maybe there's gonna be Olympic content, and Patrick's gonna do Olympic watch-alongs and all those kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Just don't forget Sebastian to join me at halftime if you can. Okay. I'll just give you an update on that. So yeah.
Yeah. I'll see. But yeah, thank you, Patrick, for joining.
You're welcome.
And I think this went a long stream, but yeah, obviously Chile National Team needs to improve. See you guys there. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Peace out. Goodbye.